Hello, everybody. After quite some time, I'm finally back. And to answer why I stopped posting, it's a bit of a story. The Kia Soul that I loved so much, 2020 EV Limited in bright blue, started giving me some major problems, and it got to a point where I was either going to start posting about the problems and complaining about them and using curse words out of frustration, or just stop recording. I did some drafts and thought about posting them, but I just didn't think it was me. It wasn't what I wanted. Wasn't what I wanted to do, and so I just stopped instead. What were the problems? There was over 10 issues that the car had, and one of them was a glaring worst issue. The 12-volt battery kept dying, and the vehicle was somehow unable to recharge it sometimes. And so the car would die, leaving me stranded, very little notice. And I kept bringing it. The first couple of times I brought it to the dealer after I got it jumped. But I believe the fourth time it happened, maybe the third, I just had it towed and told them I don't want it back. I want it fixed. And so sat there for a couple of weeks. They tried to diagnose, nothing. They called me to say, all right, we can't figure it out. Take the vehicle back. I went there to pick it up, got in the car, and the 12 volt was dead. So I left it a few more weeks, came back, and they handed me the keys. I said, no, you started. And they hopped in the car. 12 volt battery was dead. Lots of curse words from everybody, including the dealership. And at that point, I had spent 5 or 6 weeks in the middle of COVID without a car, taking the bus. And they wouldn't give a car because there was nothing wrong that they could find. And so instead of accepting that answer, I pushed until they gave me a rental car, which I drove for, I believe, 2.5 months, until they had taken apart every part of the car, switches, dials, anything like that, and they figured it was the infotainment that they subsequently replaced. Didn't happen to the car again, but at that point, nothing works the same when you've taken a car full of plastic apart. So things like the windows, the mirrors, all that kind of stuff would usually work, but sometimes it would have issues. And among that, there was a bunch of other issues that the car had. So I tried doing the Canadian version of what lemon law we don't have, which is going to arbitration. And due to COVID continuing on, they were able to stop it indefinitely. So I decided to just sell the car. I couldn't trust it. I couldn't, mentally I couldn't deal with the issues anymore, and continuing to try and get them documented and duplicated was just such an issue. So I went without a car for 6 months, which was an adventure. It was kind of fun. I live and work in Vancouver, and so it's not really that tough to be without a car. You just kind of miss out on trips and that kind of thing. I then bought a Hyundai Ioniq sedan that I had for, I believe, just about a year, I think. And I put that out on Turo as a rental, with lots of thanks to a friend who had already done that and kind of helped guide me a little bit. And that went really good. And then the market started to dip a little bit, so knowing at that point that it was a temporary car, I sold that and got myself a Kia Niro. A little bit bigger than the Soul, not quite as much fun, I guess. Didn't have the same stereo that was really good in the Kia Soul. Didn't quite have the same amount of passion for it, but it worked well, and I really liked it. Unfortunately, 2 years later, I was rear-ended, and that was totaled. That was March 13th, a Friday the 13th. So I then, after losing the rental car once it was deemed a write-off, I went without a car for another couple of months. And that leads me to today. I picked up a new car. Well, new to me. Almost new. And I'm really excited. I am very excited. It's a car I fell in love with when I had it as a rental a few years ago. I believe in 2022. And I didn't think I'd be able to afford one, but as it turns out, I could. So, I'm going to leave the answer on what the car is to anybody who is out there that feels like guessing. I'm in it right now. It's been mine since 1:30 this afternoon, and it is now 7:56 p.m. So I've had it for 6.5 hours, and I'm excited for the adventures that I'm going to do. I already bought a couple of accessories because this is a car that not quite as easy to accessorize as like a Model 3 or a Model Y, but I've got cup holders because, nope, stop. I'm starting to give away too much, aren't I? Basically, I'm excited. Okay, one more hint. I bought a CCS to NACS adapter so I can charge at superchargers. Now I'm not going to say anything else. Confirmed. And yeah, I want to see if there's any guesses with my thousands and thousands of followers. Yeah, and I'm really excited to start adventuring in this car now. And I'll leave it at that. And I'll see you soon.